Have you ever felt like you're running on empty while trying to keep up with the hustle culture? You're not alone. A shocking 77% of workers feel burned out at their jobs, according to a survey by Gallup. This hustle harder mentality makes us believe that being busy means we're successful. But what if I told you that working more doesn't always equal achieving more? Many people don't realize that long work hours can actually lead to lower productivity. A study from Stanford University found that working more than 50 hours a week significantly reduces efficiency. Even worse, the World Health Organization says that long working hours contribute to over 745,000 deaths each year due to heart disease and stroke. That's a heavy cost for chasing the hustle dream. In this video, we will dive deep into the problems of hustle culture. We'll explore why it's hurting your mental health, how to redefine productivity, and the importance of carving your own path to success. By the end, you'll see that you can thrive without the grind. Get ready to challenge what you think you know about work and success. Let's break free from the hustle and find a better way to live and work. Chapter 1. The burnout illusion. Hustle culture has a sneaky way of glorifying exhaustion. The constant grind is praised, but at what cost? Burnout isn't just a badge of honor, it's a serious issue. In fact, a Gallup study found that 23% of employees report feeling burned out at work very often or always. Yet, hustle culture insists that if you're tired, you're doing something right. But here's the truth: working non-stop doesn't equal productivity. In his book Deep Work, Cal Newport argues that our brains are wired for focused, uninterrupted work. Stretching your brain across 10 different tasks just leaves you drained, with little to show for it. Newport even highlights how periods of deep, focused work are where breakthroughs happen, not during those 12-hour marathons. And the more we push ourselves without rest, the less we can achieve. A study by Stanford University found that productivity declines sharply after 50 hours of work per week. So why do we still glamorize overworking? It's an illusion, one that leaves you running on empty. The key strategy here is to work smarter, not harder. Prioritize focus over hustle. If you can't give 100% to a task, your effort doesn't count as much as you'd think. Give yourself breaks, protect your downtime, and remember that stepping away can sometimes lead to the greatest progress. Chapter 2. The toxicity of comparison. In a world where social media feeds show people working 24/7, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Hustle culture thrives on this. It convinces us that we need to work as hard as the next person to be successful. But here's a fact: comparing yourself to others is a surefire way to drain your energy and self-esteem. Social media amplifies this problem. Everyone's showing off their success, but what they don't show are the struggles, the failures, and the burnout behind those photos. In The Happiness Project, author Gretchen Rubin points out, to be happy, we need to stop comparing our insides to other people's outsides. The glossy images of others' hustle don't reflect their reality, but it's hard to see that when you're scrolling through your feed at 1 a.m. What can you do? First, recognize that your path is your own. No two journeys look alike, and that's okay. Limit your social media time if you find yourself constantly comparing your progress to others. Remember that success is subjective, it's about how you define it. Focus on your unique strengths and move at your own pace. Progress isn't a race. Chapter 3. The myth of sacrifice equals success. Hustle culture loves to sell the idea that if you want to succeed, you need to sacrifice everything: sleep, relationships, hobbies, basically, your entire life. But here's the thing: extreme sacrifice doesn't guarantee success. In fact, it often leads to failure in the long run. In Essentialism, Greg McKeown challenges the idea that sacrificing all your time leads to success. He writes, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. When you constantly sacrifice for work, you lose sight of what truly matters. Relationships suffer, creativity dies, and mental health takes a hit. Let's look at some numbers. A study from Harvard Business Review found that employees who take regular vacations are 30% more likely to get a raise. This might sound surprising, but it makes sense. When you're rested and recharged, you perform better. Sacrificing sleep and time off for the grind won't get you ahead, it'll burn you out and set you back. The strategy here is balance. Set boundaries around your work, take time for yourself, and invest in your well-being. Remember, success isn't just about climbing the career ladder. It's about creating a life that's fulfilling and sustainable. Don't let hustle culture trick you into thinking that constant sacrifice is the only way to get there. If you're finding value in this content, make sure to subscribe for more insights on breaking free from hustle culture and crafting a more balanced life. Chapter 4. Redefining productivity. Less is more. Hustle culture has tricked many of us into thinking that more hours equal more output. But here's the truth. It's not about how long you work, but how effectively. In fact, studies show that working too many hours leads to lower productivity. The University of Illinois found that taking regular breaks actually boosts focus and helps prevent mental fatigue. In his book Rest: Why You Get More Done When You Work Less, Alex Peng explains how even high achievers like Charles Darwin and Winston Churchill structured their days with periods of rest and deliberate downtime. The key here is that focused, meaningful work beats endless grinding every time. If you're constantly multitasking, you're not getting as much done as you think. The American Psychological Association found that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. Instead, try deep work sessions where you block out distractions and focus on one task at a time. Set aside 60-90 minutes, then take a real break. You'll be amazed at how much more you accomplish in less time. The strategy here is to stop glorifying long hours and start optimizing your workday. Cut out the busy work, focus on deep work, and take breaks to recharge. When you work smarter, you'll actually have more time for what really matters. Chapter 5. The dark side of the rise and grind mentality. The rise and grind mentality sounds motivating, but it comes with a dark side. Pushing yourself to grind from dawn until dusk often leads to stress, burnout, and even physical health problems. According to a study by the World Health Organization, long working hours contribute to 745,000 deaths a year due to heart disease and stroke. That's a pretty heavy price to pay for chasing hustle culture. In Why We Sleep, neuroscientist Matthew Walker explains that sleep isn't just rest, it's crucial for your cognitive function, creativity, and even emotional regulation. Yet, hustle culture often glorifies sleepless nights as proof of dedication. But here's the truth: skipping sleep reduces your cognitive abilities as much as being drunk. That's not exactly a recipe for success. The best strategy here is simple: protect your sleep and health at all costs. Sleep is not negotiable. Instead of trying to squeeze more hours out of your day, focus on optimizing the hours you're awake. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you in return. Chapter 6. Crafting your own path to success. Hustle culture makes you believe there's only one way to succeed: grind, hustle, repeat. But success isn't one size fits all. You don't have to follow the crowd to achieve your goals. In the 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss argues that the key to a successful life is designing your own path. Ferriss shows that it's possible to achieve more by working less and thinking differently about how we use our time. Success should be about your definition of fulfillment, not what society tells you it should be. Research from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest study on happiness, found that relationships and personal well-being are the biggest contributors to long-term happiness and success, not career achievements. So how do you craft your own path? Start by defining what success means to you. Is it financial freedom? Time with family? Creative fulfillment? Once you know, set boundaries around your time and energy. Avoid the trap of saying yes to everything. Prioritize the things that align with your personal goals, not someone else's version of success. The strategy here is to trust your instincts. Create a life that makes you feel fulfilled, not just busy. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you, and build your path accordingly. Success is about living a life that's meaningful to you, not just one that looks impressive from the outside. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living a balanced, fulfilling life away from the grind.